HeroQuest fans, we are playing the Frozen Horror tonight. Shout out to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio for the great music. Thanks to Elvira and Ribby. We were just thanking them for their contributions. And of course, the HeroQuest fans community on Discord, Yield In, Strange Bus, everybody out there that you know who you are. So, all right. So we've got our heroes, and it looks like for now, Jacer, you are controlling all 5 of them. So if anybody wants to join us in Quest Talk and the HeroQuest fans Discord, which you see at the bottom of your screen, if you're watching this live, jump in, lend a hand. Okay. So turn-wise, doesn't look like there's any monsters, so I get to draw a card. Secretly, of course. Just a moment here. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Hero's turn. So that'll be the Barbarian first. We're using MentorBot in the chat for our dice rolling abilities. Or if you want to use the unthreatened movement, that's fine too. Jacer, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I don't see. Oh, it might be me. I don't see anything on the.
Oh, how about now?
Wait. Yes,
so
that's much
sorry.
better.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, my virtual camera was goofed up there. My apologies. Yeah, so here we are. The Barbarian is still in this room here with the traps, along with the Halberdier, and the Scout is in the stairwell room. And then we've got the Elf in the upper corner by the ice slide. Right below him is the Rogue, also near the ice slide there. And then we've got the Knight had just gone down the ice slide along with the Wizard or Alchemist.
Hey, yo, time to go kill some stuff.
Hey, who is that?
SK.
Oh, wow. What a blast from the past. This man is a hero. Welcome.
What's going on? What up, Jason? What up, Kurgan? Hey, yo.
How you doing?
I'm just doing good. Did you just getting started?
Yeah, just getting started.
Yep. Haven't even moved anywhere yet. Just went over the gear.
Okay. Hey, well.
This guy's right here.
Yeah, I'm on the road traveling.
Okay.
But,
well, I wrote down very detailed instructions of your rather complex and controversial strategy for playing this game. Treasure and fight. I think what it was.
That's it. Treasure and fight. We don't got time for nothing else.
Yep. And I've looted every room for you.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of wandering monsters, but every room has been looted at least once.
There you go. There you go. Gotta loot. You gotta kill it, and you gotta loot it.
Yep.
That's it.
Pretty straightforward. Yep. Well, and you've done a lot of D&D stuff. I forget. You play some other games too? I haven't kept up.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I played a lot of D&D, but You know, as I was telling you, there's a couple of other new RPGs out there that could be interesting for Hero Quest fans to go into next. There's some awesome board games out there too. But yeah, I've been dabbling into looking at new RPGs, and I've also been dabbling into some other board games
Sweet.
that I really like.
Nice. Well, PSK or Knucklehead or whatever I should be calling you, the man, the myth, the
Only
legend,
all of
all the above. We are Hero Quest fans, and that's not going to change. But at the same time, I do appreciate feedback and also like to try new things. So I think, especially as we get this secret playtest finished, we're going to have a little bit of time open up. And I talked about doing Space Crusade, but I'm certainly open to like learning new systems or getting introduced to other things. So I'm open for ideas as well.
Yeah, I might actually be able to. I'll send you a link, and if you see something that you like that you want to test, let me know. I have a shopkeep owner that could probably possibly with my networking provide you with some source books and things like that.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, the goal. I mainly popped in during my travels. So I wanted to say congratulations on, getting your stream and your community up and running. You had a great idea. You stuck with it, and that's the main important thing. And so as you move forward, I just here to support you. And if you need anything, always reach out, man. I'm very proud of you guys getting all the way through. It's almost been like a year and a half.
Well, thank you. Those are some kind words, and you were there at the beginning. I certainly couldn't have done it without the help of quite a few other awesome people, and you were one of them. So your support always means a lot. Be sure to check out and tell me what's the name of your, because I think you've changed the name of your Twitch stream. It's like,
there it is. I just typed something in the chat. So it's just MHCP _ Knucklehead.
And note the spelling of Knucklehead. KNUCKELHEAD.
Yep, you got it.
Yep. And of course, all the hearts. That's the love that's shown with the community there. And yeah, you do a lot of really cool painting stuff. And I don't know if you
congratulations on your retirement and the 5013C and the Nova Open thing.
Oh yeah.
You've been busy in the last year too.
Hey,
yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been
and your book.
Oh yeah, the book. Yeah,
so,
I just put on sale.
Nice.
So yeah, you've had a real eventful year, starting here and finishing with all of this other stuff.
Yeah, I don't like
busy man. And still streaming.
Yeah, and I still stream. Look, I don't got time to be sitting still. Sit still. That's how you wear it down. You slow down. So, but there is a storm, and I made a promise to Kurgan that I was gonna pop in and say a couple of good words, man, because it actually is really cool to see someone with just a small idea actually go through all of the trials and tribulations of making things work and the visual aspects. I mean, he's streaming it. He's also streaming it on Discord, so the people that want to join and play with him can get on Discord, see what he's doing on Discord, and then it shows up on Twitch. Like that, that was a very hard thing for him to get to like actually work, because I was bugging him. I kept telling him use the digital version. He's like, I'm gonna make this work, PSK. Just watch. Hey, he made it work. So definitely, I'm just very proud of you guys over here, and I wanted to come over and make sure I showed you before I go back driving through this storm here in the Midwest.
Yeah, drive safe for sure.
Yeah, we'll do. When I touch down, I'll see if you guys are still on.
Sure. Well, we should be at least till 9 p.m. Central. So got a couple more hours at least. So you'd be most welcome.
Awesome. If you guys are still on, I'll definitely pop in and and see if I'm still alive.
Yeah, well, there's always other heroes, so it's like, yeah, he passed the mantle on to the next one.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I will catch up with you as soon as I get off this road.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Safe trip.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, what a treat that was. Cool guy. All right. Yeah, so I guess don't let him down. Don't let the party get killed. Okay, so what do you think, Jacer? Do you need a close-up there on the barbarian? Ready for his close-up?
Hold on, my phone's readjusting.
There.
Okay, he's over there.
Yep.
And then you said the knight went down a slide,
Yep, and so did the wizard.
and the wizard went down the slide. Have the barbarian follow them. 8 spaces.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. He gets to 6, just right in the corner there. Right before the slide. All right. And the rogue. The rogue is the red figure here, just above the barbarian.
Also going down the slide.
Going down the slide. Okay. Which only takes a 2, and then All right, roll your 1 combat die. I think as long as it's not a white shield, he should be okay. Okay, he's safe. No damage.
But ends the turn.
Ends the turn. Yep. Okay, now the elf, who is right before the slide. The icy slide. Where will it lead? Okay.
He's safe.
It's safe, says the referee. The umpire. Zargon. I go by Zargon. Yep. Okay. All right. So the alchemist is already at the bottom of the slide. What will he do?
Can he search for traps from that spot?
Yeah, he can. If he does, he would be searching actually the entire corridor.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't. The rules are a little vague, so that's the call I'm going to make.
Okay.
All right. So he searches the entire corridor. Now let me get rid of that countdown timer. We're not counting down anything. We're starting. Okay. So I don't think there are any. Well, wait a minute. Are there anything? Is there any trap? There's a sense of danger, but beyond that, I can't really tell you. Sometimes you just can't tell.
The alchemist takes 1 step.
Okay. 1 cautious step. A giant leap.
The knight is gonna take a step in front of the wizard, the alchemist,
Boom.
and search for secret doors.
Okay. No secret doors detected.
Have the mercenaries move towards the ice tunnel.
Okay, when you say the ice tunnel, you mean the pit here, right? That icy pit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the scout 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is he going through?
No.
Okay. And the halberdier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right up to the secret door. All right, and the knight, or no, that was all for the knight. Okay, never mind. All right, my turn.
Yes.
And remember, those of you in the Twitch chat watching us live, you can use your channel points at any time to cash in stuff for the heroes or for your old pal Uncle Zargon. Okay, I'll draw one of my evil Zargon deck cards here. I have pretty much what I want, but you never know. I might get something even better. Alright, that's it for me. Go for it, Barbarian.
And his name is John.
That always helps. It always helps. Especially if I'm falling asleep. It's like, hey, wake up. His name is John Cena. Alright, so Ribby just redeemed 2 bonus potions for the heroes. Excellent. Well, and playing the sound alert does get me to pay attention to the chat, you know, if I happen to be not paying attention. So there's that. Okay. Oh, did we just lose our camera? No, we didn't. Hold on, camera check here.
Chip, I'm sorry. Oh, I just dropped it.
Something odd is going on with the camera. Okay. 2 potions. Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey. Heroic Brew. And we've also got Potion of Vision. So another one of those. This one will go to the elf. But the other one, the Heroic Brew, Ribby, who'd you want this to go to? Or do you have a preference? I mean, I guess it goes to Jacer, and he can decide which hero he wants it to have it. Just a reminder that the Potion of Vision, if the elf drinks it, he gets to see all secret doors and regular traps within his line of sight. The effect wears off as soon as he takes 1 body point of damage.
I already have one of those on, or already have one of those too, right?
Yep, now you've got 2. A matching set. Who do you want to give the Heroic Brew to? That's, of course, the 2 attack.
I want the elf to drink the 1 potion.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Potion of Vision is activated.
Let's see.
Okay, so you can see all secret doors. So if there were any secret doors or regular traps in the corridor, he would be able to see them.
Okay, regular traps. All right, worth a try. But but he still knows it's dangerous.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember I said regular traps.
Yeah.
Is that enough of a hint?
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right.
Something special.
Special.
Let's see. We got
So seriously though, who gets the heroic brew? The elf also?
I don't know what the barbarian.
Okay, I was gonna
Oh
say
no, he's
if you don't decide, I'm gonna drink it myself. I'm just kidding. That'd be kind of funny. All right, so heroic brew goes to the barbarian. Yeah, you get a lot more than you bargain for when you join HeroQuest fans. You're thinking, oh yeah, HeroQuest, that was that really simple, easy game, and then there's this long list of potions for each person. But hey, if you're playing the Frozen Horror, that's what's going to happen. I mean, you're either going to use those things up right away, or you're going to stockpile them because you're going to need them.
Well, I'm hoping not to stockpile too many of them because I mean,
Well, once you
It's-
meet the Frozen Horror, that's when you got to use them because
yes, but I'm just saying it is right. Even if I'm facing the frozen horror, I'm not going to need 2 potions of vision.
like, listen, I can just
Having
I can
one if
see
I'm
him.
alive at the end so I can search the room, yeah, all right, cool, I'll drink it, But
Well, it's like the Sky Orb in Mage of the Mirror. You really don't have an opportunity to use it, but the next quest you will. Potentially a lot. All right. Okay. So, with that, thanks, Ribby. All right, so we're back to the barbarian again.
yes, he's going to advance the Congo line by 1.
Okay, so he's going down the ice slide. 1, 2. Hooray!
Yep,
Roll your combat die.
right to the back of the line. And quick roll. Oh, this is the 3rd roll. That usually means it's going to be a shield.
Gambler's Fallacy.
Oh, alright, I got lucky.
Yeah, the superstitions of dice rollers. It's hard to get away from. Okay. All right, so he's fine. Right?
Yep. And then
Rogue.
take a step in front of the knight.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yeah, because you already know what could
He
happen.
wants to see what he wants to see what he can see.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
so from playing with Hispazargon, I know that he has a different interpretation of this rule, and he would say this is the default. Is that if you're at the corner of a crossroads, you should be able to see the entire thing all the way down. I'm not quite that strict about it. I've always kind of taken it as, okay, you can see all the way down. You can see diagonally this way, but maybe you can only see like this little triangular area or trapezoidal area there.
It depends on whether you believe that your guy stands stiff as a board in the middle of the space, or that he moves around in that 5-foot area, bouncing around,
Yeah.
looking around corners. You know what I mean? It depends on your interpretation on how they move. Is it
Right.
is you roll the dice and he takes 5 literal steps forward and that's it, and kind of acts like a mindless robot and only turns his head, or does he act like a human character? You know what I mean? Where you
Well,
would be
I'm getting from your emphasis
first
what
and
side you
going.
fall on, but I'm just saying this is how I do it. So I take a less generous approach on it. So I'm going to say you can't see that entire double corridor yet. You can see like a good section of it. So
Okay.
maybe like that far. Like
All right, so
everything.
he's content to let the next guy go and look further down.
Yeah. But yes, that's how it goes. Okay. All right. So the alchemist.
Yeah, he's gonna be the next one in line, right next to the rogue.
One,
The
two,
rogue's sitting
three.
there trying to look around the corner, all sneaky, and then the wizard just kind of
There.
pushes by and says, "What are you looking at?" and stands out there in the middle of the hallway like a target.
Yep, like a hero. Okay, so you can see everything down that hallway, and so far you don't see anything.
Okay. The elf didn't see anything, and the wizard's gonna do the search for traps down that corridor there, since the elf couldn't see it all.
No traps detected down the double corridor.
Alright.
Sorry, 1 second. I got a couple messages. I want to make sure I don't miss something here. Yeah.
I'm walking. I choked that. I'm a puppy.
Nice. Yeah, so Ribby, generous guy that he is, he's sending me some of his bases that he's 3D printed. So thanks a lot for that. That's awesome. And hey, I'd love to show your work on the next stream. Absolutely.
That's what he said was on the way?
Yep. So he's
Awesome.
designed some
Awesome.
basically some little clips that you can put onto the bottom of your figures to help. Basically, it's to help differentiate the mercenaries, who's got which one, or just make them stand out a little better. But they could have all kinds of uses. It could be spell effects. It could be, I don't know. Well, yeah, usually that spell effects, or maybe who's got a certain artifact or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who decided to drink the purple elixir?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's non-destructive, so it's not like, it's permanent. You can just pop on, pop it off. But yeah, I have a lot of both sets, both the remake ones with the round bases, and then the stiff plastic with the square.
And you got the square ones done. They look pretty good.
Yeah.
The round ones and the square ones that he put the photos of.
But as he's pointed out, it was tricky because there's like slight variations between different casts of bases, and so what may be like perfectly snug on one, like will just be really loose on another. But I've discovered recently using poster tack or sticky tack, blue tack, whatever you want to call it, poster putty. That stuff is pretty easy to put on, and I haven't noticed any problems with it like taking paint off or anything like that. You can easily just peel it off.
Yeah, and some people go with a little bit more. I don't know if it's more expensive, but they use the museum wax.
I guess I'm not familiar with that stuff, but I'll be happy to read about it on the Discord. Anyway, little tips and tricks. So, okay, moving on to night. Ruby says, my pleasure. I found the square bases I did fit really nice on heroes and greenskins, a little tight on goblins. Mostly okay on stuff like Gargoyle and the Witch Lord character, but Chaos Warriors, they were completely loose. Yeah, the Chaos Warriors have the smallest base. That I never would have realized, because, just eyeballing it, they all look the same. Except the Ogre one looks a little bigger. I mean, it's other than obvious, like the Frozen Horror or the Giant Wolves. But he's talking about the classic bases. Sorry, Jacer, just wanted to acknowledge that. Go ahead.
He's gonna stay there.
Okay.
And let the other two guys catch up.
All right. So back to Zargon.
No, the mercenaries. The other ones are gonna move to. I want the halberdier in that corner. If you can get to the corner of that tunnel, and then the other guy on the other side of it.
Like so. So like
is that the halberdier?
the halberdier is in green, the scout is in red.
Can you move him to the left one so that he's diagonal to that ice tunnel? I thought you said the scout was red.
Yeah, he is. Oh,
He can go up. I want the halberdier on the angle because he can attack from an angle in case anything pops out of there.
is that how you want it, or you want the scout above him?
No, that's fine. And that's it for mercenaries, right? Two of them.
I gotta realize sometimes the image is reversed. Yeah, just the two mercenaries.
Scouts and waiting for us on the other side.
Yep. Technically, that ice tunnel is supposed to be like one square, so everybody's just kind of occupying the same square until they move off of it.
All right.
Okay, my turn.
Okay. Yes, it is.
All right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this card. Creeping Darkness. No hero or mercenary may cast spells or use spell scrolls during the next round. That would include alchemist items. Strange Darkness prevents you from using magic.
Does that temporarily turn off the elf's potion of vision?
Doesn't say potions, so
Okay.
yeah. So, as luck would have it, going by the homebrew rules of the author of that card. Yep. Yeah, it's always a debate. Well, what about magical items? What about... Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the potion of vision is still in effect.
I'll just take one step forward.
Okay, Barbarian's right behind the Knight. Ribby says, I did a smaller version for Chaos Warriors too, but whatever you printed would need to be specifically for them. Yeah. Well, I think it'll work because, for the most part, it's just going to be the mercenaries and possibly the heroes. But yeah, I mean, we have had some wild situations where, like, they hired a Chaos Warrior to work for them, you know, or I was thinking the Ogre Mercenary. But ogres are hard to come by to get the exact measurements. Old school classic ogres. I mean, if you consider Against the Ogre Horde and Wizards of Morcar to be classics, they're definitely from the classic era. I think they have a better reputation with the European fans than Frozen Horror and Mage of the Mirror do with US fans. But I could be wrong about that. That's just what I've heard. We could do a whole video about that.
We have to add longer to get it and build up nostalgia for it.
Yeah. Well, I think I probably should say I have heard some negativity about Wizards of Morcar. People saying, well, it's so short. The only thing good about it is the fact that it has all those assets that you can use. A lot of ideas. But I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Against the Ogre Horde from Europe. It's mostly US fans saying, well, I don't like variable body points. So, it's okay, fine. Well, you don't have to use them. Alright, so after the Barbarian...
Is it the elf?
The Rogue.
Rogue.
If you look at the screen where it shows the images for their faces, that's the order it goes in. Of course, if you're forgetting which one is the elf, so it goes Barbarian, Rogue, Alchemist, Wizard, Elf, Knight.
Zoom in real fast so I can see them.
Oh yeah, you gotta zoom in.
Alright.
If you don't mind my asking, are you on Android or iPhone?
Android.
So your mileage may vary.
Yeah, yeah, I had to tap out around the $580 thing, and I gotta pay $30 a month and all that stupid crap. Yeah, I couldn't afford to outright even buy one.
Wow.
I don't even know what an iPhone goes for right now.
Yeah, I don't have a
Let
smartphone.
alone whatever the newer Androids are.
I toyed with the idea of getting like a burner, like a prepaid phone for Gen Con, but honestly, I don't think I'll need one. I don't mind uploading my photos at the hotel in between. I mean, if there's anything really amazing to see that people haven't seen already. Otherwise, just when I get home, you'll get like some little video clips of me walking around through the convention hall. All right.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Avalon Bill putting his hand over the camera, like no photos, no comment.
Rogue's gonna take a step forward and a step to the right, or well, step south.
Okay, that wasn't a diagonal move, that was 2 squares. Okay, so he's in the corridor.
Search for secret doors. Yeah, search for secret doors.
No secret doors detected.
Spring. The Alchemist.
Okay. Oh, you know, some person I did forget to thank was iCareth. He actually sold me 2 of these cameras. I'll let you guess which ones.
The 2 clear ones.
The ones that aren't like bargain basement prices. I mean, yeah, my 2 most expensive cameras were once his. And that was really cool of him to do. The only objection I would have, I mean, would be the adjustments on them aren't quite as good. Like, I wish all of mine were like omnidirectional, but they're not quite there. And yes, I know I could get something 3D printed, or I'm always on the lookout for new like booms or whatever. I have a gooseneck on the center camera, but it's still a little fiddly. As you can see.
You know, with the darkness, the wizard's gonna stay where he is.
Okay.
The elf is gonna move 2 steps forward, or 3 steps forward, and get next to the knight.
Okay.
Oh, you're pulling down my pants. You're pulling down my pants. No.
That'll end my turn.
All right. Now it doesn't say obstructed or unobstructed line of sight, so I'm going to say if the elf, yeah, can see it, it would be there, or I mean it would be revealed. Okay, so my turn. Or mercenaries.
Yeah. They're gonna stay there.
Okay. You don't yet know what's on the other side of the ice tunnel.
Oh.
Yep. So in 2 hours, we will be replaying the Rise of the Dreadmoon News Magus Guard on YouTube. But hopefully that won't distract too many people from the game stream. But I understand. I mean, if you want to hear that instead of what we're doing, that's cool too. Because this will be up on replay 24 hours after we're done. Or so. Okay. All right. So I'll draw a card. We'll look at that. Another one. So more creeping darkness happens.
Okay.
So it'll continue for another round.
I have to
Creeping
go
darkness. All right, barbarian.
That's love you. I didn't crap my pants.
Can you move him 4 to the right and 1 down?
In front of the rogue?
Yes.
Okay.
No, to the right of the rogue.
Okay. By the way, in case that might be obscuring what you're seeing, down the hallway there is a door, a closed door to this blue room. But all in due time, right?
Can I get my candles and wake up?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the view there. All right, rogue.
Alright, rogue.
All the candles are there. The CCTV is there.
Hey, gonna move the rogue up 1 and to the right 1.
Like so. So south, east. Elf.
Hey, Judge.
I guess then if it wasn't up and to the right, it would be
Oh,
down and
sorry.
I don't know. He would be up 2 more spaces. Yes.
My bad. Okay.
He's stepping on a new space to test it for traps or secret, whatever it is, whatever might happen.
Okay. So the alchemist, the rogue, and the barbarian are all
In a line. Yes.
at an angle. All the heroes are together. They all flow.
Yes.
Little Tetris piece, L shape. Okay. All right, elf.
Alchemist, I think. Is it? I think the alchemist is after the rogue. Or am I looking at the wrong pictures? Oh, I did
Oh
it.
no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
I was wrong.
He-
You don't get to hear Zargon say that very often.
He's gonna move 2 spaces to the right and jump on the other side of the rogue.
I probably had it the other way on the other quest, and that's why I got goofed up. I mean, I have no problem if people change the turn order, within reason in each session.
Let's go with the elf. 1 space to the right and 1 space south.
Now, if we were playing this game all in one sitting, I probably wouldn't. Okay.
The knight 2 spaces to the right. Oh, they're all grouped up again. The mercenaries are gonna hold the ground there.
Okay. All right. My turn.
Yes.
Okay, so that creeping darkness is dissipated. All right, your turn, barbarian.
Let's see. Have a.
Oh, I see. I had them I had them reversed in the other screen. Whoops. Let me just make sure that's right.
The barbarian's gonna go up 1 space and 2 spaces to the left.
Let me just fix this first. Hold that thought. Okay, that should be accurate now. Nope, that's wrong. Oh, yeah, I had them switched. So because of that, those are wrong. So didn't you originally tell me, Jacer, that you thought the wizard had 3 and the elf had 4?
Yes. Yes. Yes, the elf had 4, and you said that one was 3, and then the alchemist had 3, and you told me that one was 4.
I think I made a mistake because the elf I see clearly did lose 1, whereas the wizard went from 0 to 4. He did a save. So I think I just forgot to update the actual, because I have 2 body point counters, which makes it confusing. So let me just correct it. So the third one should
The elf does have 4 body points?
Nope, he has 3.
Oh, okay, the elf does have 3. So then you were right, and I corrected mine.
Sorry, everybody watching at home. So 4, 3, 4, 3. So it should be 3, 1, 4, 3, 3. That should be the promo code for the merch shop, which we don't have yet. Actually, I am testing out some HeroQuest fans merch, so you heard it here first or second. We'll see. After Gen Con, we'll see if we get a C&D letter from... No, hopefully not. Okay. Barbarian, your turn.
Those 3 spaces, 1 up and 2 to the left. That way he's next to the knight.
Okay.
Alright. The rogue is gonna push the alchemist, and the alchemist is gonna start walking down that hallway.
Wait, when you say push him, what do you mean?
I don't know, he's gonna just push him, and then the alchemist is gonna start walking. He's skipping his turn.
Oh, I see. So is he going towards the door, or is he going down the double corridor?
Towards the door.
Okay, how many squares?
How many spaces to the door?
Let's find out. That's not the right one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the door.
Is there a block down there?
At the end of the hallway? No, there isn't.
5. I guess have him go 8 spaces.
Okay, so past the door.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's landed on a wandering monster trap in front of the door.
Alright, I use Knight's Challenge.
Ah, okay. So the Knight's Challenge is used. That means that the Knight forces the wandering monsters to confront him instead. And since it's 2 polar warbearers, they're going to try, but not be able to get close enough to actually attack him. So that was a brilliant move.
Thank you. I'm trying to figure out how to set it up, and I didn't know where the monsters were going to come in either. So I'm trying to like, all right, he can cover 2 spaces, which means my guys can only run one way down these hallways to escape, but at least there is an escape route.
It's a little better. Okay, so the monsters can't attack. All right.
How many spaces did he actually move before he triggered the trap?
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, under normal circumstances, he couldn't keep moving, but I'm gonna say he can go. He can keep on moving if he wants. But I guess respecting the unthreatened movement versus the threatened movement, if you want to go ahead and roll 2 dice.
6, so he'd be able to go 1 more space. He's gonna backtrack 1 more space to the left.
Okay.
It's not close enough for him to do an action or nothing, so have to go to the next person, which is the elf.
Yeah. So the
The
elf
elf
between the 2
is
monsters.
right there. So have the elf. He'll attack the one on the right.
Okay, to the east
Yes.
with the longsword.
Yep. Definitely.
Okay.
Um, yep. 3 dice. 2 hits.
Wow, nice.
2 good swings.
Monster defends with 3. Ching, and a hit.
Locked 1. 1 lands true. Alright, and then he's going to roll movement. 2D.
5.
Up 1. It's right on to the right of is that the rogue?
On the end, yeah.
Yeah, just to the right of the rogue.
Okay.
We'll have the knight attack with his longsword.
All right.
Looks like 1. Blocked.
Ching.
And that makes it your turn.
All right. So no more cards. I can actually start fighting with my monsters here. Okay, so I've got my choice of targets, it looks like. Rogue is pretty weak at the moment, so he seems like a natural enough target for my wrath. Alright, we're gonna aim both my attacks at him. So that's 8 combat dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skulls, rogue. Now he does defend with 5 now.
Blocked 1.
Ooh,
And goes down like a sack of potatoes.
dead.
And drinks a potion of warmth. Now down to 1.
Okay. Very well. Alright. He's gonna move back 1. The other one is gonna move forward.
Already scared. I mean, you just watched a rogue come back from the dead.
Yep. So the other polar warbear is gonna take a chance. One, two, three, 4 skulls against the rogue.
One again.
Ah.
Down again.
So
Drinks
3
his other potion of warmth and goes back to 1.
Okay.
What
So
does the rallying horn do?
that would basically give everybody that's in sight an extra movement die for the round.
Oh, an extra movement die.
But on
Okay.
the 4th try, there could be a wandering monster. I think I decided on the roll of a skull. Okay, so the 2 potions of warmth are gone. He has no more healing left. All right, that's it for my turn, barbarian.
Figure it. I lost 2 potions. I don't know if that's worth stemming the tide of you getting cards. All right, let's go with the barbarian to the right 1 and down 1. And
The more damaged one is on the bottom, if you're wondering. Of course, that's 5 body points versus 6, but nevertheless.
he's gonna work on the one next to him.
Okay, the undamaged one.
Yes.
All right. Molly the Murderess would be 2 black, 2 white. Great sword of a champion.
3 skulls.
3 skulls. Fine hit. Ching! 2 hits.
Okay. Rogue.
So 2 damage for the top one. Yep. Now
We're gonna
remember,
go
under these rules,
Longsword.
if he does the 2 attacks, well, yeah, longsword is more powerful.
4 dice.
Otherwise, it'd just be
Nothing.
1 attack and the 1 unblockable. Oh, he missed. He missed.
He's gonna go 2 spaces to the left and get on the other side of the knight.
2. Can't do him any more good back there. Okay.
The alchemist is gonna take 2 spaces to the left.
All right.
Elf is going to attack with the longsword.
No defense. 2 hits. So that top polar warbear has 2 left.
The knight moves to the right 1 space and gets in his face and yells at him and attacks him.
The knight to the right.
Can you intimidate him?
Is that an uncommon feat?
Sure.
All right. Roll your 1 combat die.
Oh.
Okay.
The-
All right.
The
I'll,
the warbear hears the knight yelling, looks at the knight, but sees the barbarian's reflection in a knight's helmet and thinks that he's fighting 2 barbarians.
That's hilarious. How about for this, just for this 1 attack that you're about to do, because you're attacking him, right?
Yes.
I'll let you use black dice.
Cool. So instead of 1 black dice, I can use all 3?
Yep.
Cool.
Two skulls, okay.
2 skulls.
Ooh. You got him.
Perfect. Very fortunate. Fortune longsword strikes again.
Cut him down. You killed my friend twice! Well, yeah. Whatever works. Alright, so one of the monsters has been slain.
The mercenaries are going to stay where they're at.
Alright. Okay, my turn.
Yes.
Okay, so the polar warbear. I guess barbarian's a little bit weaker. See, we'll just move over, slide over to the side, and attack the barbarian with both my attacks. One, two, 3 skulls. Too bad I wasn't a hero. I would have had a wrestling move, but 3 skulls.
3 shields, maybe? Do I get it? 3 shields!
Oh, totally called it. Okay, well, you deflected and you get a wrestling move. What's it gonna be?
He's gonna give him a pile driver.
Tombstone or just regular?
Go full tombstone.
Bam! Okay, takes another hit of damage. Right on the noggin.
And he's gonna do an uncommon feat and jump on top of him and yell at him. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna do it anyway. No, he's not.
He's gonna fail. Okay, he tries, but the monster is not happy.
Doesn't understand him.
The monster was a little bigger than he anticipated.
Alright, so what do we got? Rogue.
Yep.
Alright, the rogue is gonna move diagonal to the Yeti, right below
You mean
The
polar
knight.
warbear?
or polar warbear.
3.
Oh, it's 3. Hold on, let me roll.
I mean, I hope you're sure of yourself on this one, but who am I to question?
2d6. Well, it's 4 dice. Yeah. Okay, good. I got the movement.
Yeah, 4 squares. Okay, so
Attacking with the longsword.
okay, so it's 4 dice. Oh, 4 dice for the attack. Oh, and you missed.
He missed again. Alright.
Not so good, huh?
Oh. Alright, the elf The wizard moves. Alchemist moves 1 space to the left.
Yep.
The elf jumps 2 spaces to the left.
And unlike Hispazargon, I would allow you to pass something diagonally if you were thinking of that. If you were wanting
No.
to do that. Okay.
Oh, rock skin on the barbarian.
Ah, okay. Rock skin on the barbarian. Okay, and that's the rock skin spell or the Schleichen
Spell.
Order item?
The spell.
Okay, so earth spells are now used up.
Yes.
Rock skin, so he gets +1. So he defends with 6 until that's broken. And he loses a body point of damage. Excellent. Okay.
The knight passes a potion of.
He's got a lot to choose from. He's got 2 +4s. He's got restoration 1 and 1. He's got a 1d6 as far as healing.
I'm gonna give him one of the +4s.
Okay, so the knight has 1 +4 healing, and the rogue now has a +4 healing.
After passing that potion, he takes 2 steps south and attacks the polar warbear
All right.
with his longsword.
Potions are free actions. Okay, go for it.
2 white
It is the wandering
And
monster
one-
of the quest, so he gets
and 1 black.
Yep.
1 skull.
All right. No defense. It's a hit.
All right, and
Half body.
the mercenaries will stay put.
It's like he's putting his fist right in his face. Okay.
They both point their weapons down at the hole because they hear the noise of this battle echoing through the corridors and don't know where it's coming out, bouncing off all the ice.
That's funny.
So that brings it to your turn.
All right. All right. Well, the polar warbear is going to attack somebody. I think I'm going to try something different. I'm going to attack the barbarian with one of my attacks, and then attack the knight with the other. So first the barbarian. One skull, barbarian.
2 shields. Oh wait, I should have rolled 6 dice.
Go ahead, roll 2 more.
I hit paste and forgot to change the 4 to a 6.
Okay, so that's 3 shields. That's a wrestling move.
Oh, awesome. He's gonna give him a choke slam since they already gave him a tombstone pile driver.
All right. So he grabs him. Okay. So that's 4 damage he's taken. And if my other target gets a good defense, that's gonna suck for me. Okay. So the knight. I don't know. It's kind of closer to Space Crusade a little bit, where you get into melee, it might not turn out well for you if you get bad rolls. Or they get better rolls. Okay, so 1 skull for the knight. Now remember
3 more. Oh, I should have. You're right. I should have had a
Green one. Yeah.
green die.
Sorry, I'm gonna make you re-roll the whole thing. Actually, hold on. Stop. I should just honor it because I was saying that you could use those colored dice, not that you had to. I know you forgot, but it's such a good roll. You know what? This time, I'll allow it. Next time, I won't. So, yeah, you defended it, and you get a wrestling move. What's it gonna be?
The knight's gonna give him a stunner.
All right. It's like, and he bounces up. So he should only have 1 left. Not having a good day. Let's see here. I think that's all I'm gonna do. Go ahead, Barbarian.
All right.
Still under Rock's game.
Barbarian's going with Molly.
Okay, 2 black, 2 white. Three.
3. Nice. You either die or you wrestle. No wrestling.
Got him. Well, yeah. So
I mean, yay, no wrestling move, but yeah, sometimes it is exciting.
Yeah, it comes back the other way.
No matter what side it is, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's true. At least 3 black shields for a bad guy, or 3 white shields for a good guy. True enough. Yeah, it'd start to get interesting if we were using the like purple, orange, or yellow dice that have more than 1 shield on a face. Okay, all right. With the monsters cleaned out, what else are you gonna do, Barbarian? Anything?
Yes, he's gonna walk 8 spaces to get in front of the closed door.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
All right, the rogue is gonna go in between the wizard and the barbarian.
Two, 3, 4, 5. Exactly between them.
Yes. The alchemist is gonna run to the other side of the barbarian.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The elf is gonna move 4 spaces to the right.
Okay.
The knight's gonna go in the middle of the barbarian and the rogue.
Alright, so barbarian's in front of the doorway.
The mercenaries stay put.
And the dude abides. Okay. Alright, I will draw my card. Alright, barbarian's turn.
Barbarian's gonna open the door.
Alright, the door opens, revealing everything inside the room. Which in this case means another closed door to the southeast and a bunch of monsters. So in this case we've got, first of all, if I can find where I put them all, a couple of goblins. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab, hold on one second here. Keeping that suspense going. So there's a bunch of monsters in the room. A bunch of creatures of chaos rise up to threaten the heroes. We got a couple of zombies here. And we've got a couple of Sasquatches. And if that wasn't enough, we've got a couple of chaos mutants on either side. But don't let their appearance fool you. Those chaos mutants have the same stats as skeletons, and those Sasquatches are as powerful as mummies. But they don't look happy to see you. Alright, Barbarian. What will you do? I better check out these particular monsters to see if they're elites or not. Okay, none of them are elites. Well, Jacer, what do you say?
Attack with Molly the Murderess.
All right. So at this point, you could attack that first Chaos Mutant.
Chaos Mutant Skeleton.
Yep.
1.
Oh, you didn't use...
Oh, my
just
mistake.
have you re-roll the whole thing. 2 black, 2 white.
2.
He was so intimidated. I know I said I wasn't going to remind you, but I felt bad. Gotta put a space. I must have really scared him. He was still riding high on the fumes, the adrenaline fumes from that first confrontation with those war bears. Now it's suddenly like, wait a minute. There is a bit of an undead theme to the Frozen Horror, if you look below the surface. I mean, he did threaten to kill you all, and then you make you his slaves. Which, how could he do that unless Okay, 2 skulls. They've been doing all kinds of experiments on the local.
So if I don't win, I have like an army of whites that'll eventually come in and take everything over.
Could be. Alright, so only 2 defense. Only 1 chance. Ching! And then the creature crumbles into a heap.
And a barbarian takes a chance and takes 1 step forward.
Okay. It's an awfully big chance he's taking, but he does have the rock skin. Alright, next. Rogue. Alethorn might not have an error if he doesn't make it through this.
No, there is another.
What? Who said that? Anyway.
That is his twin sister, Leia.
She remains safely anonymous.
2d6.
Alright, 3.
Not much. Where's that get me? In front of the door?
Yeah. So the rogue goes in front of the doorway.
And he throw daggers at the
Yes.
goblin?
Well, I'm going to say yes. He could hit the goblin or the zombie.
Let's go 1 and 1.
Ah, the multi-attack. Okay. So, roll your first one against the goblin.
Goblin. One.
Skull, okay.
Throws it. It's going at the goblin, and the goblin puts up his invisible shield that did nothing.
Yeah. The least appreciated members of Zargon's forces. Okay, so down goes the goblin. Alright, dagger number 2.
At the zombie. Also hit. Well, aims through.
Okay, now I gotta remember it. The zombie defends
Is
with
3.
3. Yeah. Like the more flesh they have, the more. Ching! Okay, he just barely
Alright.
survived.
And then
I want to say it like just bounced off one of the bolts sticking out of his neck or something. If you look at the box art, the Les Edwards painting from the original art, I swear one of those zombies looks just like Frankenstein's monster. And I was really disappointed with the remake cover when they didn't like pick up on that. But oh well. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. When I finally paint all my zombies, I'm gonna paint one of them with kind of like Frankenstein's monster look.
extra green tent.
Mm-hmm. Some little bolts. Give him a little haircut. Okay. Somewhere between Boris Karloff and Herman Munster.
Wizard's gonna move 1 space to the right.
Wait a minute. Who's moving 1 space to the right?
The alchemist. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Hell.
2.
Health got a 2. Not much help. He moves to the right.
All right.
And then on to the knight.
Okay, the knight is to the left of the doorway. What's he gonna do?
Roll for movement. Five. He's gonna move next to the barbarian.
To the
Send
right or to the left? In front of the
Send
goblin?
him
Or the
in front of the goblin.
goblin. Oh, I was gonna say or zombie. But yeah, goblin. Okay.
And he's gonna attack the zombie diagonally with the longsword.
Ah. Goblin breathes a sigh of relief temporarily. Nudges the zombie.
Oh, he missed.
You missed. Okay.
Mercenaries stay where they're at.
I'm not surprised. Alright, my turn. Let's see. Alright, the first zombie is going to attack the barbarian. They attack only with 2. 1 skull, barbarian. He rolls 6. Okay.
Shield.
Ching. Just barely got it. Okay.
He's adjusting to the rock skin still.
It doesn't matter if he's adjusting to the rock skin. Okay. I'm gonna move that zombie back 2 and have the Sasquatch step forward. He attacks with 3. 2 skulls, barbarian. Roll your 6.
Two shields.
Okay. Alright, the other Sasquatch is going to move forward 2 and take a crack at the barbarian. Three skulls, barbarian. Ching, and then 1 hit. And his rock skin has been doused. Shattered. Whatever. And he should be down to 2 body points. Okay. Now I think we're gonna have the. Oh, I guess that zombie should actually be. No, that's right. Okay. The goblin will attack the knight. One skull, knight. So you get 1 green and 5 white. Because you're using this spike shield. Ching ching ching. Okay. That's a wrestling move.
Okay, I don't really want to do a wrestling move. Sort of. I want to like. I guess I do. I want to helicopter this guy around in a circle and throw him all the way across the room until he goes flat against the wall. But I don't know if that's a real wrestling move, but
Oh yeah, that's an
definitely is in Bugs Bunny.
that's an old school wrestling move. Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of those guys did track and field and everything, so they did the hammer throws and all that stuff. So yeah, it wasn't much different to learn that technique and then to do it with an actual person or creature.
Yeah. It was a crowd pleaser. More rotations you got. Okay, so that's the end of that goblin. Okay, well, not too much of a change in my plans, but still. All right.
Attacked by mosquitoes.
Zombie. Okay, so the zombie moves forward to attack the knight. Ah, I did it again. He only rolls 2. My bad. Just ignore that roll.
Yep. He's not defending. He's attacking.
1 skull. Okay, knight. So 5 white, 1 green. Yeah, it's like I know all the monsters by heart except for the undeads. I get a little confused. Looks like I got the card in front of me. You don't fight them as often.
Fuck.
Wow, just barely. Ching. Okay, and I think the last Chaos Mutant is going to stay put. So that's it for me. Back to the Barbarian. If you can see him in all that melee.
That's right. He's right where he wants to be.
Right in the thick of the things.
Yep.
The heart of battle is where the answer lies.
Who's on the other side of the door?
The rogue. So the knight and the barbarian are in the room. On the other side of the doorway from the barbarian is the rogue. If that makes it any easier to see.
Okay, so he's got then. All right, yes, that I can see. I think pretty good. Can I have him attack the mummy to the side?
Yes.
Uh,
To the west.
oh, wait, no. Don't want to mess this up. Let's go with the Sasquatch below him, because this is the Molly.
All right.
Well,
Stab McStab. Okay, go for it. So I get 4 defense.
black, 2 white. Uh,
3 skulls.
3.
All right. Ching, and 2 hits. That's enough. Down he goes. Got him.
Alright, now the rogue in the doorway is going to attack diagonally. Trying to hit the other Sasquatch.
Okay. So that's 4 dice. 2 skulls. Okay.
2.
Defends with 4. Ching, and a hit.
Block 1.
He's enraged. he's not dead.
Okay, so in that case, the rogue takes a step to the right.
Okay, towards the alchemist.
Yes. The alchemist will pat him on the back and tell him it's a good job, and I don't know what it's going to do, but it was successful.
You see that? He can actually do it, too. That would have been a moment.
Fails to pat him on the back.
Somebody clip this out. Like, good job, my friend.
And then we have to roll for movement for the elf.
When we were kids, we'd always do stuff like that at the board. It was fun.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Little ad libs. It's like it looks like.
And the dwarf could do everything. You could hang him with his axe. You know what I mean? Like he could climb. He could carry almost everything.
He could balance on top of the treasure chest. Yep, 3.
Yeah. That dwarf was perfect.
Yeah. So think of that, Avalon Hill, when you're designing your miniatures.
You could balance the treasure chest on the sword of the barbarian, but it made it real top heavy. So sometimes you would fall over, and the elf would always fall over.
So Avalon Hill should be thinking of that when they're designing their miniatures. You know, the kids who like to role play with the pieces. I mean, yeah, the fact that the underside of the treasure chest isn't hollow in the new ones kind of removes that a little bit, and the sword's a little more bendy. But, yep. That was the one saving grace of Prince Magnus's gold, is you'd carry the treasure chests, like actually carry them to the end. Yep. Okay, alright, so he got a 3 for movement. Elf.
Alright, so that should get him in the doorway, right?
Yes.
Alright, so he's going to attack the injured Sasquatch.
Alright. One skull.
Right. It's a chance. Sasquatch down, Sasquatch down.
Yep. And that's why you don't see them around these days. At least not when your camera's working. Okay. Only 3 monsters left.
Alright, the knight
Mm-hmm.
with the long sword.
Three. One skull.
One.
Okay. And I defend with 3.
And you get 3 defense.
Nothing.
Alright, got him.
Another servant of the frozen horror falls.
Alright. After that, he gives a war cry. And the mercenaries think about going in the hole, but decide against it.
Okay, so the mercenaries stay put.
Yep.
Second here. I'm just thinking of the war cry. I haven't been using the sound alerts much lately, other than John Cena, of course. I was just thinking. do that. All right, you might want to lower your volume slightly. Okay, so this is the night. Okay. Sorry for anyone's speakers had blew there. I mean,
Still sounds awesome.
yeah. Okay. All right. So after that, what was the night gonna do? Pass off to the mercenaries who are just gonna hold.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So my turn.
Hold on. Wait a second. Let me just roll one. See if that war cry was successful. It was. Yes. Yes, they do hold.
Okay.
I was gonna see if he failed, I was gonna have one of them jump in the hole.
So it wasn't an uncommon feat. It was just your decision. Help your decision. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Well, it was the uncommon feat, but it's based on you actually playing the sound alert. So I thought it was pretty cool, so I was gonna give him a shot at it.
I see. Nice. Okay, well, then it's back to my turn.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let's move this zombie forward. 1, 2, 3, and attack the knight. One skull, knight. Remember, you got 1 green.
Yes.
5 white. Well,
3 shields.
And the wrestling move.
All right. I'm gonna go with the sharpshooter.
All right.
Twist them into nothing.
Haven't seen one of those in a while. So get them on the ground.
Yep. And when he taps, he just goes harder, and then the limbs break off.
That's it. He's out.
There's no tapping out.
Yeah. There's no referee. Somebody stop this. Okay. All right. The Chaos Mutant doesn't care. It just drooling, staggers forward with its weapon to attack the barbarian. And it misses. Didn't matter. All right, barbarian.
It was affected by the war cry.
Yeah. Apparently.
All right, barbarian, 2
Shattered shell of a creature.
black, 2 black, 2 white.
3 skulls. I don't think there's any coming back from that. Whoa.
Well, you roll 4 dice. Oh no, wait. That's only 2.
Yep. All right. Foul creatures have been slain. Room is clear.
All right. Barbarian takes 1 step to the left.
Just jump to the left.
And then the rogue jumps in the middle of those 2 and searches for traps.
All right, no traps detected. alchemist?
The alchemist is going to move in the corner next to the barbarian.
5. Okay.
Searches for secret doors.
No secret doors detected.
All right. The elf jumps in front of the rogue.
Okay.
The knight searches for treasure.
Okay. Knight searches for treasure. All right. Holy water. See if I found
All
a
right, I
bottle.
think I got 3 of them now.
Sure. Yep, he's got 3. He's on his way to becoming a paladin at this rate.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. I actually do have a paladin character, but yeah. Known for stockpiling the holy water. Okay. Mercenary.
My cleric makes 1 holy water every thing as part of his ability.
Yeah, I kind of did it the opposite way. But that makes sense too. Yep. Okay. So mercenaries. Anything?
Yes, since everything quieted down, the scout's gonna jump in the hole. Well, maybe the halberdier pushes him a little bit, but he goes in.
Okay, so he goes down the hole, meaning he travels immediately to the other side. And I believe that ends his turn. Let me just double check.
Yeah,
One hero
most of them
monster
do.
landing on
The
one of
ice
these
tunnel.
entrances immediately moves to the other entrance. After moving from one tunnel entrance to the other, the hero monster's turn is over. We're including mercenaries in that. Okay, so he jumps over. Hooah. The other tunnel, and of course, once inside, he does reveal the room. Tommy Wiseau is nowhere to be found, but there is a door. And he also sees the Yeti! Right here. And also a couple of evil mercenaries. A swordsman and a halberdier. Alright. Speaking of halberdiers, is your halberdier going to do anything?
Yeah, he's gonna stand right there.
Dang. Alright. My turn?
Yes, it is.
Alright. Scout moves, or not scout. The Yeti moves forward towards the scout and attacks. Oh, hold on. I gotta roll to see if they're elites or not. Hold your defense there. Okay, swordsman. Oh wow. Okay, so the swordsman is actually an elite. I don't have Ribby's thing yet, so I guess I'll just make do with one of these. Okay, but the Yeti is gonna attack him.
Or you get a little piece of tinfoil and you just kind of push it onto the weapon so the weapon looks extra shiny. And you're like,
That's
that's my elite.
that's kind of a cool idea. The fact that it's a resin print, though, I'm kind of like, I better be ginger with it. But I like your idea. Okay, so the Yeti attacks 1 skull. Scout defends with 3. Cha-ching. Safe.
Defended,
Okay.
not hugged.
All right. So the elite swordsman moves forward. He's gonna roll 4 black dice. 3 skulls.
Okay. So, there goes Scout. Wrestler die.
Oh, no such luck.
He died.
He's gone. There's another one for the tally. Lost a lot of good men on this one. Okay, all right. So with that, the halberdier, evil halberdier is gonna move to the diagonal square. Okay, and that's it for me. So, barbarian's turn.
Oh, so he's not coming after me, huh? No tunnel. Send the roll for movement for the barbarian.
Oh, I just want to say welcome to Gonsgrim, Artico, and Zaki. Probably have to check my bot list, but welcome to all humans. Roll to 5. The Hero Quest fans.
He's gonna go out the door and down the corridor to the left as far as he can go.
This is the barbarian.
Yes,
1, 2,
5,
3, 4,
5, 6,
5.
well, 7 spaces
6, 7.
with his snowshoes.
Shows his speed. Yep. Okay, so he's right to the corner. Yeah, to any of you guys in the chat, Jacer is controlling all 5 heroes and 1 mercenary. Sorry, too soon. So if anyone else wants to take control of a hero, you just let me know. You can jump into the Hero Quest fans Discord if you're watching live on Twitch. Go into the Discord that you see at the bottom of your screen there, and go into Quest Talk, and we'll give you a hero or 2 if you want. Otherwise, you can certainly use your gold coins, your channel points in the Quest chat in Twitch. You can click on the bottom there where it shows the little treasure symbol, and you can actually use your gold coins to affect the quest, either helping out the heroes or helping out the forces of evil represented by Zargon. So, anyway. Okay, so after the barbarian,
I'm gonna roll movement. 2d6 for the rogue.
6.
6, not much more. He's gonna chase down the barbarian.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The alchemist does the same. Five.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's just 2 away from the rogue there.
The elf. 1.
Wow.
Heads towards the wizard
How could he just roll a 1?
because he has plate mail.
I forgot all about that. So you were remembering when we were doing the unthreatened movement that he was only moving 6.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you reminded me. Sorry about that. You're like, oh yeah, why don't you roll 12? Yep.
Yeah, he moved 6. He moved 4. A couple spaces here and there. I did mess up a couple times moving him 2 spaces without rolling. I think I just blended it in with the rest of them, and then I saw the thing.
Could have been 1.
But other than that, yes, I've been trying to keep track of that.
Yeah.
I don't always flip the pages back and forth because I have it in a notebook, so it's 5 pages. Well,
Yeah.
6 pages with the dwarf, so I'm constantly shifting.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I'm looking at this page, I'm doing it, and then I think I messed up and moved them 2 spaces.
I might try some of those larger character sheets they have out there, just because it is getting a little crowded, and I don't like to flip pages either. But maybe it is better to do it that way. See, ideally we'd have each person have 1 hero, but can't always do that. You've been doing pretty good though, managing these guys. I gotta compliment you there. So okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So he just moves 1, and where was he going? Towards the door?
Yeah, towards the door.
The open door, right?
Yes. Yep.
The empty
Try to
door.
catch up to the wizard, I guess.
Wait for me.
And then we have the knight.
Gonsgrim says, my Frozen Horror set came in a few days ago. Very excited to paint up those gremlins and polar warbirds. Now, Gonsgrim, were you one of those people that ordered it back when it was in pre-order, or did you try to get it recently? Or are you talking about the 1992 set? Because I remember there was people that were just like, yep, my pre-order hasn't come in yet. And it's like months later, a year later. Oh, dang. I mean, I'm glad to hear you finally got it. But where was it? In Australia? Oh, okay. Yeah, be sure you check out Into the Northlands. Got the main set, Keller's Keep, and the Witch King from the pre-order. Oh, the Witch Lord unique figure from the HasLab. Sweet. Well, I hope you didn't pay too much for it. I know those are getting scalped big time. All right. My turn?
No, the knight got 12.
Oh, excuse me. Boxcars. Yep, you're right. He got 12.
So he's gonna also run out the hallway and down the corridor, and then south around the corner.
8, 9, 10. Right there?
12 spaces.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12.
And
Along the wall of the red.
yeah, do I see any extra stuff that I haven't seen before? I guess it'd only be like the 1 extra space down the
Yeah, at
other
the time,
corner.
you don't. So Gonsgrim says, nah, I don't overpay unless they're originals like Warhammer Quest. That was like 300. Yeah, that's out of my price range. Which is a steal for something almost 30 years old, right? You see, Gonsgrim, I'm one of those people that I figure it's been out there this long, I can wait a little longer. I mean, for me, I kind of put a hard stop on board game stuff like a 200, and even that's pushing it for me. So I usually go to like Board Game Geek rather than Amazon or eBay for a lot of that stuff, and I've found some amazing deals. You know, it sounds like an advertisement. Obviously, it's not, but your mileage may vary. You may find what you're looking for. Anyway, just thought it was cool y'all were playing the set I just got. Yeah, so spoilerific spoilers, Guns Grim. Listen, it all depends on what you want to do. Like if we're playing it pretty much straight, like the quest layouts and everything. I mean, I'm not gonna say I've made a few special modifications here and there, but mostly we're just using our homebrew house rules on top of it to try to make it a little bit more fair, a little bit more playable. Whereas I think if I had to do it over and if I was just doing it with a group at home, I'd probably just cut down some of the monsters just to make it a little shorter because it's absurd. I mean, unless everybody was hardcore to like, no, I want to see how challenging it really was back in the day and I just want to plow through it. It's like, okay, let's do it.
Tell you what, if it wasn't for the double wandering monsters being so huge, I think that's a big part of bloat. But then again, it's
12
the
body
heroes
points.
could not search.
Yeah. Well, even
But
if they don't search,
adding 12 body points every single time I get a wandering monster card, it's a lot of monsters to chew through.
yeah, because there's 6 of them in the deck normally if you're not using a modified deck, and then pretty much you've seen every quest. There's going to be at least 2 of them in the corridors that just get triggered, and you can't search for it. You can't disarm it. Although in theory you could jump over it, but you'd have to know the exact square, which I don't tell you. Yeah, so it's pretty challenging. If you're playing it through the app, no such luck. You know, they're just going to throw everything at you. And if you use those toggles, it's going to be even worse because you're going to get 4 polar war bears on a wandering monster, which you don't even have in the package. Yeah.
Right, and like 2 orcs and maybe even 2 Famir, like that was like an upper limit, I think, because you're still taking 6 attack dice, but then the war bear, it's 4 attacks at 4 dice each.
Yeah.
That's 16 hits can do a lot of damage to 1 hero.
Yeah. I mean, I get that they were probably thinking, okay, this is maybe the last Hero Quest pack that ever gets released, and maybe you'll play it last, so your guys will be over the top strong, but not that strong. I mean, if you haven't homebrewed stuff, but they could have piles and piles of potions, but as we can see, even with all that, it's extremely challenging. So, yeah, it would be nice to do a little recap at the end. I mean, we're getting close to the end, and it was so cool that PSK showed up. Which, for all we know, he may be joining us in another 20 minutes or so. So anyway,
Very cool.
Yeah, we'll see. In fact, I should just take a quick look at my messages just in case. Now, the best way to message me when we're doing a live stream is actually to come in the Quest Talk or do it on Twitch because I may miss it if it's just a PM. I call it a PM, DM, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether it's instant or private or direct or however they want to call it.
Is it the recycling bin or is it the trash can? Depends on what OS you got, what you're familiar with calling it. Totally true. All right, I'm just going to check real quick just to see if there's any updates. Oh, we got a new member of the Discord. Shout out to TunerBoy4. Welcome. Yeah, our Discord's just been growing and growing.
It's definitely pretty cool. I even see it in other places where they ask where to go, and usually your site's been being mentioned.
Yeah, and we certainly appreciate it. I mean, I hope I hope you find something cool, because if you're just coming here for my opinions, I mean, forget it, right? I've changed my mind on a lot of things based on our interaction, so it's cool. Anyway, back to the heroes. So everybody's done everything that they're gonna do. Is the halberdier gonna do anything?
No.
Okay, my turn. All right. Let's see. I think the halberdier is going to go through the ice tunnel. Ends his turn. Just seems like something cool that they would do. Let's see. I think the elite swordsman is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the door. And the Yeti is going to stay right there. Okay, Barbarian.
D6. 1 plus 2, 3 spaces.
Okay.
He moves towards the knight.
All right. Rogue.
9. Up to the crossroads in front of the knight.
Right there.
Yes. Figure I'll get a good visual.
Cool.
Do a search for traps in the new hallway.
You get an uneasy feeling, but you don't detect any traps.
Alright. So we'll go the wizard. Alchemist. 8. Moves towards the wizard. Or moves towards the wizard moves towards the rogue.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
One to the left. Yep.
Like he moves closer to understanding his innermost self. No one else sees anything, but he's just like contented smile on his face.
We have the elf. 5.
Okay.
So it moves out into that hallway and as close to the barbarian as you can get to.
All right. Five.
Knight, also a 5. I guess to the door.
All right. He's triggered a wandering monster trap.
Oh.
2 polar warbears come crashing down from the icy ceiling on either side of him. All right, the one to the left is going to attack. Double attack. 4 skulls. Remember, you're green, and then 5 white. Oh, let me get that back on screen. Go ahead. Go for your roll.
Yep. Long one to type in.
Yeah. It is. Okay.
I got 3.
Okay, so we take
So I
1
take
damage.
1 damage.
Down to 2. He's hard. It's hard to scratch his armor.
Knight. 2.
All right. The other one does his double attack. Two skulls and a wrestling move. So let's see your defensive roll first.
I get a wrestling move.
What do you mean you get a wrestling move?
For my, yeah, I blocked 3. I took 1 damage, but I get a wrestling move too.
Oh shoot, you're right. I didn't realize that. Okay. But that was...
Well, you know what? If you didn't mention the wrestling
Hold
move,
on,
I
hold
don't
on.
think
Hold
I
on.
would have looked back up.
Okay, so I attacked you. You did a wrestling move against that guy.
The other one, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, do that first.
Let's do the Hacksaw Jim Duggan's 3-point clothesline.
Ah, blam. Okay. Okay, so that's 1 damage for that one. Okay, so now the other one, the one to the right. Did I do that backwards? I'm forgetting which one was which.
No, the one to the left attacked me
Okay,
and hit me for 1.
then the one.
The other guy hits me for 1, and
Well, you got to roll your defense. So I've got 2
Yes.
skulls, and I know I've got a wrestling move. But go ahead, roll your defense to the second one. Yeah, it's starting to get complicated.
green,
I mean, it's still Hero Quest, but
5 white.
all these stacking abilities and bonuses and perks. Wow.
4. Another wrestling move.
Okay, so you block my attack. I get a wrestling move, and you get a wrestling move. See, here's
Can
where
my wrestling move cancel out your wrestling move?
here's where I wish we were both at the table, because we could both get out our WWE cards and we'd draw them and we'd see like which one beat the other. But I suppose in the world of professional wrestling, like anything can happen, so it's not necessarily based on realism. It's just whatever they think looks cool. You know what I mean? Like we'd each draw a card and be like, "Oh, does this move beat that move?" Well, you know, in 1987, you know, this guy did that.
Yeah, so right. So I'm gonna use my block card.
Okay, let's just say the 2 wrestling moves cancel each other out. So what were you gonna do?
I don't know.
I mean, I picture like a choke slam.
I-
Like I grab your throat and you grab my throat. It's like, like and
Yeah,
they both
right. And
surprised and they both like whip their hands away.
I already used the tombstone, and I already used the stunner, and I already used the choke slam. So I was trying to think of other stuff.
Yeah, because you can't overuse the same move and the crowd gets bored.
Right, and then and so I was trying to think of something else, and I was like thinking of a body slam, and then I was trying to think of like maybe trying to figure out which one to do, and then I was like or a power slam, and then I can't remember which one goes to which wrestler. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that canceled each other out. So they're just kind of like, ah.
But yeah, like the one puts the hands on the other one, and the other one shakes them off, right? But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Or one goes to pick the other one up, and then the other one can't do it, and then it comes down, and then the other one goes to pick up the other one, and he can't do it either.
Yeah, they both go in for the super kick, and their legs just collide. Fubar Jr. says, "Combo breaker." I wish I had the recording. I was actually, it's funny because late last night, I don't know, for whatever reason, I got Killer Instinct in my head. So I looked up a video. Somebody had a recording of the arcade game. And I remember when that game came to arcades. And I remember trying it out. I remember playing as Riptor, the dinosaur, and thinking, this is kind of cool. But I was seeing people just busting out, you know, like whatever 36 hit combos, and I was like, I just don't have the quarters to master this game, so I kind of just walked away from it. I mean, but you had to like the.
Depended on the characters too, because Cinder,
I know,
you
you can
could
learn
do the button mashing, and you would do the fire thing across the screen or whatever, and all it was the same button over and over again. So that one was actually pretty easy to get through
character.
the base game.
Yeah.
And there was something else that did it, but it's kind of like Chun-Li and E Honda. You did the button mashing, and she did the quick kick, or he did the hand thing over and over again.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. I guess whenever a new game came to arcades, it was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to like look up some game magazines and like learn the moves. So a lot of it was just watching other people play and see what they could figure out. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting time in the game's life before people get tournament level good, and you're just like, I wonder what this does. Like you're trying every combination.
Right, and then you're watching somebody to see if they slam the controller back or the joystick left or right, so that it's either a forward back or a back forward move. You still might not be sure, and then whether or not they're doing a rotation from the bottom up or if they're trying to do a full circle.
Yeah, it was an interesting time. Kids
but
nowadays
it's just so much you can't catch.
Yeah. Well, the dial-up combos, and for better or for worse, Mortal Kombat 3 had those, obviously based on the influence and success of Killer Instinct 1 and 2. So there you go. But yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. You've got the they made sprites based on pre-rendered 3D models, and they've got the over-the-top 90s rock music and the 3D backgrounds, such as they were. Just it's the whole package. I always pick the worst character in fighting games. For Killer Instinct, it was Saberwolf. So hard to use. Saberwolf looked awesome. He's like drooling blood.
He did have that if you did down and then forward rotation and then like your power punch or whatever, it did do the uppercut with the claws.
And I like the fact
that it did leave you vulnerable when you were way up in the air. But I had it for Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah, Killer Instinct Gold, which was like, wasn't it just a remake of Killer Instinct 2? Because I never played Killer Instinct 2. I just saw the first game. Some of the characters are different, but...
Well, no, I had just the original Killer Instinct one.
Oh, so maybe they did the first game on N64. I thought it was just Killer Instinct Gold, which was part 2. Well, some N64 historian can correct me, but if you remember, so Riptor was in it, the dinosaur. Because I thought they got rid of him and they put in a bunch of extra female characters, and there was a gargoyle boss instead of the two-headed ogre Idol.
Idol, yeah. I had it as a black cartridge instead of a gray cartridge.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct.
I got 2 games a year, more or less. I got one for Christmas and one for my birthday because they were $60.
Yeah.
So like I got Donkey Kong Country and I got the Mario and I got the Zelda and I got Killer Instinct and I got there's one of the racing games. But and I would get it and I got gold. Eventually got GoldenEye. And Duke Nukem. I did have a good amount of Nintendo 64 games by the end. I probably had almost a dozen of them.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty cool one.
A lot of people started on that console. For me, it was. Sorry, we're getting totally derailed here. But yeah, I didn't get an N64 until way later because my sister-in-law got it just to have some nostalgia for Mario Party and was like, "Here, you can have it." It's like, "Oh, thank you." It's like, oh, okay, I'll get the popular games everybody talks about. Mario Kart, GoldenEye, Smash Brothers, Hydro Thunder.
Smash Brothers was a good one.
Tony Hawk 3. Yeah, and I've since, tried some of the other games. But yeah, Killer Instinct, I guess, was one of those games that I didn't really give it much of a shot in the arcades. And I guess I felt like I'd already invested enough, like trying to master these other games. I mean, I could have like gone out and bought the guide and like learned it. But yeah, if I'd had an N64, I could have practiced.
Well, I think for the 64, the moves were in the booklet.
That's good.
I think everything except for the finisher move.
That's pretty typical.
I'm not sure.
A lot of those console games.
I believe
I mean, if you rented
Yeah,
it,
it
you may
had.
or may not have the manual. I mean, nowadays it's easy to look that stuff up. But yeah, maybe they would tell you some of the moves, but not all of them.
Yeah.
I remember Primal Rage had some of the moves written on the cabinet. Like that was pretty rare. Most of those games is just like, nope, you got to figure it out. You got to spend money some other way or watch somebody else, have somebody else teach you.
You were
Right.
lucky if it wasn't worn off and you actually knew which ones were the strong kicks. Yeah, when you were starting
Oh
out,
yeah, the buttons.
it's
Well,
like, oh, they put a new game in here, but it's an old,
it's beat up.
like, worn, beat up controls, and it's like, oh, they didn't even bother to try to repaint it or anything or touch it up.
I think I got lucky.
So yeah,
It hasn't really been until my adult years that I've gone back to some of these barcades and they're like in really poor shape. So I don't know. It's like the games don't get played, so they don't get destroyed, or they swap them out. It's a totally different time. I'm sure though when they did some of those location tests when they started it out, they just said, "Oh yeah, you want to see a move? Here's a move," and they showed them probably a few, and that's how word starts before they start selling the guides and the whatever. People figure it out. Ultra combo. Yeah. So anyway, just went on a nostalgia trip there. Thanks a lot, Fubar. Okay, so the two warbears failed to kill the knight.
yes. So now it's the halberdier's turn.
Halberdir's turn to get
So
killed.
he's gonna attack your halberdier.
All right.
No, he's not.
He
He's
missed.
gonna run away. He's gonna run away 6 spaces.
Okay, out the secret door. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6. Where do you want him to end up? Like right by the 5, 6, or maybe like over here. Does it matter to you?
Uh. Yeah, by the stairs is good. And your halberdier moves the same amount of spaces, so I can't outrun him. I can outrun the swordsman, but I can't outrun the halberdier.
All right. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't reach him. Fubar
That
Jr.
one
says,
diagonal space.
no, I can't reach him. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't think there's any way. Fubar Jr. says not to steal another group's thing, but if you're a podcast person, check out Hadouken podcast about arcade fandom. Hey, sounds great. I mean, there's so many gaming channels that do retro stuff. I mean, everybody remembers AVGN, but he didn't really review games. He just made fun of them, and mostly the games that he remembers, to be honest. One that I like is Drink Wild Soda. He does a lot of stuff, but even if you just look up certain keywords like, was it like the history of this game or comparing versions of this game, like a lot of arcade, even Ghetto Gamer back in the day. Like a lot of his stuff got censored though. I think they didn't appreciate the language he used, but his were just hilarious. I mean, if you remember those games and just like the way a lot of us played back then. So, but yeah, I'll check it out. Podouken, Podouken, if you endorse it. Yeah, and I've got a major road trip coming up, so as far as like podcast material, like I'm gonna load up my little players with as much as I can think of, because that's a lot of driving. Although I got books to read too. I'm way behind on my reading. Rereading Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, among other things. I've got a couple of Philip K. Dick novels that I got as gifts that I haven't read yet. Those are on the list too. That's assuming we run out of stuff to talk about, which we might not. Or just if there's downtime, you know. Okay, so since I can't reach you there, other monsters. Let's see here. I think the Yeti is going to move to the door. The Yeti! 1, 2. Well, right behind the, I guess because he can't open the door. Yes, that swordsman's going to be there. Okay, so since it's still my turn, the Polar Warbears can attack again if they want to. So the run to the right. He's going to roll his double attack against the knight. 4 skulls. Alright, Jacer.
Yep.
So 5 white, 1 green. Yeah, it looks like none of his potions
Great.
really help him. Oh! 3. You take 1 damage, but you got a wrestling move.
Alright, so he's down to 1.
Wow. Mighty Knight.
We're definitely going to go with the Power Slam now.
Alright. He was like,
I guess I,
ah.
like yep.
Alright, so that's 1 hit. 1 damage for that Polar Warbear. I think he's gonna just stay where he's at. He's in a good spot. Now the other Polar Warbear is gonna do. Oh, but he's got the rogue now. Well, I guess he had him before. He's just focusing all his attention. Oh, soft target. The knight is slightly more powerful. Okay, so the Polar Warbear is gonna do. He's going to do 1 of his attacks against the rogue first, and then the second attack against the knight. So rogue missed. Wow.
Oh, man. I can't be the knight. I would have been able to use the spike shield. Or no, I can. I used the buckler. Right? With the...
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you can. Okay, roll 1 die. If it's a skull, it's a free hit. Thanks for reminding me. Finally get to use the buckler.
Yes. I missed.
Oh, missed. Yeah. Still. Okay.
I've got to try it.
Yep. Okay, so now I'm going against the knight. Second attack.
Can you use his ability to throw an extra dagger?
I'm going to say no. Unless you want
Okay.
to try it. I mean, you could try an uncommon feat, but it's not his turn. So I guess I've allowed that before. Go ahead. Do an uncommon feat if you want. Just because it's fun. It's the rule of cool, right? Okay.
Oh, he does.
You chuck
All
a
right, so he
dagger
throws
at
a dagger.
Yeah, I'm going to make you
Alright,
roll for
let's-
the dagger, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah. No freebies.
Dang. Okay.
So 1 hit.
Right. Unblockable dagger. Notice I said an uncommon feat, so it's not like he gets to do that every time now. I think I've explained that before with uncommon feats. They're uncommon. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And the other one you got, what did you hit? Oh, 3 skulls. Alright, so
Oops.
So I gotta block 3 skulls with the knight.
Yep.
Oh, 4
Easily.
wrestling move.
Ching.
Batista bomb.
Batista bomb. You're gonna have to remind me what the Batista bomb was, or I could just look it up. I mean, I did not give Batista much credit back when he was wrestling originally, but he's proved to be a better actor. Let's see. It's funny because I have several games where he's a character. Like I should know it.
Yeah, I don't know how he does his power. You know, there's so many power bombs and
Yeah,
everything else.
it's basically a power bomb.
Was it like a
Sit out
running power bomb?
No, it's like he does the power bomb, but he sits down. So it's like a sit out. I guess it's a sit out power bomb.
Okay, all right. So it's a sitting power bomb. All right.
Okay. So he's like,
Oh, Goldberg is the one with the spear. All right.
what?
Goldberg.
Bam. Okay.
So he does Zenki's move, except he doesn't spin.
Spinning. Yeah, you're right. The spinning pile driver is really more like a spinning sit out power bomb. Well, I guess he does have. Yeah, he's got variations of it. I mean, I haven't kept up with all the Street Fighter games and all their intricacies. I like Ultra Street Fighter 4 of the 3D ones, and Ron Mower does that one a lot on his streams on YouTube. You should check him out. Yeah, Ron Mower
I played
does mostly
as far up as
NES
3.
games, but also. Yeah, I didn't really play Street Fighter 3 very much, and the few times I did, I just didn't like it. I guess I couldn't get used to the art style. I mean, even though it was pretty impressive, I don't know, it just threw me off. So it was really Street Fighter 2, like Champion Edition and Super Street Fighter 2, and a little bit of Hyper
And I
Fighting,
did
and
Street
then
Fighter 2, and I
Ultra
think
Street
Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
yeah, I actually got that one on the PC, and I think it was just maybe right before I went off to school, so I was like, didn't play it very much. But
Yeah, and everybody had their own version of it. So they all had it. It was Street Fighter 2, and then whatever after it. The Super Street Fighter 2, the Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the Street Fighter 2. Every system had their own version of it too. It's slightly different, but
Yeah.
they're pretty much the same.
yeah, variations. So Fubar Jr. reminded me, the Batista bomb was that one where he was a cop, and he has a little girl as a sidekick. Total ripoff of the Rock movies. Good one. That Fubar. He's got a million of them. Okay, so all right. After all that, I didn't accomplish what I was going for. Those are the luck of the dice. Okay, Barbarian.
Okay.
Got about 50 minutes left. 3.
Pluses. Elbows. So he's going to go down there and attack the Polar War Bear diagonally.
All right. All right, going for the diagonal attack with Molly, the murderess. Great sword. Stabby McStab. Okay, so 2 skulls. No defense.
Excellent.
So 2 body points left for that monster. Got his attention.
Okay, the rogue. Long sword. 2.
Okay. Wait a minute. I thought he would roll black dice for that one. Barbarian?
The rogue uses white dice, doesn't he? Is the
Well,
rogue a champion?
Well, wait a minute. So you moved the barbarian. I thought you were going to have him attack. But
The
you were...
barbarian did attack.
Oh.
The barbarian had 2 skulls. You rolled a shield and 2 skulls and
Where was
took 2
I?
damage.
You're right. Sorry. I guess I'm getting tired. I didn't realize it. Okay, yeah, the rogue. Okay, so the rogue rolled 2. My bad. Now I defend. Okay. 2 more hits. He's dead.
4.
Yeah. I was trying to argue about it, but he wasn't going to survive.
The rogue moves 1 space to the left and 1 space up.
Yeah, I don't feel tired, but I start to miss little details, like in the last 40 minutes. I guess I just need to get up earlier. Or get up later. Something like that. Okay, so after the rogue...
Down 1 to the right 1, so he's standing behind the barbarian.
Alright, alchemist.
He tells them they both did a good job on their way over there. I don't think he could see the other polar war bear. So, Crosswoman moves 1 space to the left.
You mean halberdier?
No, the elf.
Oh, you said crossbowman.
Oh, sorry. The elf moves once. The elf. Well, the elf is my crossbowman at the moment.
Well, sure enough. Okay, he moves 1 to the left.
Yep. And I guess he changes from his longsword to his crossbow and holds the crossbow out in front of him.
Alright, sounds good.
And then we have the knight.
Were you moving him into the corridor or just at the corner there?
Just the 1 space. I didn't want to roll.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
So he can move 1.
Halberdier?
No, the knight.
Oh, the knight. You're right.
1 black.
Yep, because it's the wandering monster of the quest, and he is a champion.
2 white.
2 skulls, okay.
2 hits.
Yeah, you're right.
And then he's going to take 2 steps back, so he's just under the. You know what? Let me look at the barbarian for a second. What is he's got? All right, he's got healing. Yeah, I'm going to roll for the knight's movement.
Okay.
All right, he's going to move 3 spaces to the left.
Okay.
And now the halberdier. Uh, uh, Three. Wait, hold on. 4 spaces to the left and 2 spaces up into that corner of the next room.
Like so?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, my turn.
Yes.
Just keep chasing him everywhere.
Eventually, he's either going to have to take the slide and possible injury or fight him.
2,
So,
3.
I'm just not sure what to do yet.
Alright, so the warbear moved forward 3, and I think this time maybe he's going to play it safe and just go... but again, the choice of targets. Go for the barbarian. Double attack. Two skulls. Barbarian.
Just 5 white, right? Or no? It's...
Yeah, the rock skin is long ago worn off, so it's just
Yeah,
5 white.
it's just a 5 white. I didn't know if he had any champion defense, but it's only the sword, right?
Correct.
Alright. Oh, he didn't block anything. So he takes 2.
Yep.
And now drinks his greater restoration and is up to 10.
Dang. Yep. Superior restoration. Restores his full body
Stops
form.
down, drinks the potion, and then sits up like the Undertaker and stares at him.
He's like, "Ugh."
Um, are your other 2 monsters doing anything?
Well, that's the trick. I guess you are going to have to come back that way. Just thinking about it here. Just taking a quick look here. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Yeti goes through the ice tunnel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he doesn't actually have enough. Well, because he automatically transports, I think. So he would be pushed over.
Sure.
And the elite swordsman goes through too. Okay. Alright. That's... let's see. I could move the halberdier. I'm going to move him back 1 to the secret door. Alright, that's it. Barbarian.
Two skulls. while he attempts to cut deep.
All right. Sorry, just checking. Okay, so PSK is still traveling. All right, so let me just get that back here. 1 second. I can hear people shooting off fireworks. At least I hope that's what's happening. Depends on what city you're in. Okay, so the barbarian got 2 skulls. Okay, wow. Ching, and a hit.
Bad, not too bad.
4. Okay, so he's got 1 left.
Alright, then the rogue. 1, and a wrestling move.
Oh yeah. 1 skull. First, let me try to defend. Nothing. Well, you got him either way. What's your wrestling move gonna be?
Well, now I do, but yes, before if you got the wrestling move, they would have canceled out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Shields is really tough.
Let's see, for the rogue, let's have the rogue do like the stinger splash.
Oh, is that the
Jumps up and
one in the corner?
with the chest.
Yep.
Yes.
So he tosses him into the corner and he runs up. Ah, boom. Ah. He just collapses. All right. That's the end of the polar warbear. Got him.
All right. We're gonna have the rogue move.
Okay.
Gonna go over there and open the door to the red room.
The red room. Okay, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, is he going through the door?
Yeah, he's gonna open the other door.
Okay.
The one in the red room that he's next to.
And go in.
How many spaces was that?
You have like 2 more.
Alright, then he's gonna step in and step back out.
Alright, he steps in, but the instant he steps in, he realizes he's standing on slippery ice. So roll your 1 combat die. Okay.
Oh.
So you did not fall down. Yeah, it's only if it's a white shield. Okay, so you go in and
Instead of he's not gonna move out of its slippery ice. He's gonna
just stay there?
take a step to the left.
Okay. He hits another patch of slippery ice. Roll another combat die. Skull, okay, no damage. Or no effect, I should say. Okay. I think that's it for him.
Yes. Wizard. Let's see. Oh, hold on.
So PSK is recommending some games here, These are things that he's checking out anyway. So Die, the role-playing game. D-I-E. Described as Goth Jumanji. Oh, it's a comic. Interesting. I'll have to look at that. Oh, it is a tabletop fantasy game. Okay. And then the other one is Everyday Heroes. Heard of that. It's a D20 game. Interesting. So like low level, not superheroes, but action heroes, I guess. Cool.
So I got a 7 for the wizard or the alchemist.
Yep.
So move to the open door there, and then he's gonna try to jump the ice space, and then go to the corner in the right, to the right.
Okay. Roll your 1 combat die. Okay.
I
got an 11.
I did that. Not a combat die.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you rolled a 6 or a 7 and then 11. 7-Eleven. Hey, get your Slurpee. And you know, in Japan, the 7-Elevens are actually really nice places to have all kinds of stuff, not just your used up hot dogs and Slurpees. Okay.
I got a white shield.
Okay, so it was like anything but a skull.
I was able to jump the space, so now I'm in the right corner.
Okay, and you've discovered another patch of slippery ice. So roll your die.
Alright.
It's kind of getting old. Where's your bag of salt, right? Hey, that could be an alchemist item.
Oh.
Okay, so you didn't fall.
So I search for traps.
All right, you're not able to detect any traps.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a good card for this campaign. It's probably too late for Avalon Hill to whip that up with Rise of the Dread Moon, but salt you could pour down to remove the slippery ice squares. I mean, I guess they have the snowshoes of speed, but that's only one hero. Rise of the Dread Moon really spicing things up. Well, it would be the perfect thing, because, I mean, that's one of the first things I'm going to do once I get that pack. I mean, it takes a couple weeks, but I'm going to scan that card back, and I'm going to start throwing in new alchemist items. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's going to do that. I mean, maybe they've got a really tightly controlled system, and that would throw the whole thing off, but you could always, like, swap out certain cards for others, maybe.
Yeah, but you put that salt in there and you make it melt ice or use it as a component to make holy water.
Yeah.
It's all, I mean, it's right there. It writes itself.
Now you're thinking, yeah. And I was thinking also something with, like, maybe turning zombies. So could be something there too. Yeah, lots of uses. The old salt in the eyes for the wrestling move. See? All kinds of things. Yep. Find a leg of mutton, it tastes even better. Okay. All right. So what do we have to do?
Electrolyte.
Yeah. See,
the elf's gonna stay where he is. And the knight, we'll roll to see where the knight goes.
Okay, we got 30 minutes.
Oh. Oh.
7.
Alright, so he's gonna go to the door and also try to jump the slippery ice. I guess straight ahead.
2, 3. All right, roll your 1 combat die. Jump.
I failed. So I land on the ice and I roll again.
Oh, he falls down.
Shield. Oh, alright. So he's down. Which means he can't defend.
That's right.
Oh, but you can't get me anyway because you gotta lose a turn if you go back through the tunnel. Alright, he's safe. This turn. Halberdier.
Yeah, can't take any actions or defend against monsters until his next turn. Doesn't say you can't use potions though.
Okay.
Now that brings up a question. Does that mean that he can't, let's say he had a healing spell, couldn't use it? I'd still make an exception for that, but I'm sure some Zargons would say, hey, can't do it.
Yeah, no actions.
That's just adding insult to injury. Okay, alright, so, Halberdier.
And even then, you could get into some real rule lawyering trying to check to make sure that it doesn't say drinking a potion is a free action. If that says you can't take any actions, then you can't even drink the potion.
Any actions. See, but when I hear action, I think action. Attacking, searching,
Right.
casting.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. It would depend on, it would really depend on how far you wanted the rule lawyer it and how it was exactly
Zargon.
written.
Listen, to all you Zargons out there, don't fall for it. Don't let them do that at the table. Opening a door, drinking a potion, picking something up, those are free. So, for all intents and purposes, those are not actions. They're just things you do. Because you can do them anytime. And I make a special exception for a healing spell. Even if it's not your turn, you get to use it. Unless you happen to have used an action already on that turn. But otherwise, I mean, the way some people do it, it's like, well, if you get killed on Zargon's turn, well, you just have no chance. It's like, I don't think that's what they were going for. It certainly makes it harder.
Yeah, that's the most likely when. You would need it anyway.
True RWB says, sorry fellas, you have some pretty rough feedback. I can hear you all twice. Well, it's true that I can hear some feedback in the background for Jacer. Jacer, you want to mute your mic real quick?
Yeah,
See, he's on a phone, so it's a little harder. I haven't really been making a big deal about it. Yeah, the calls are coming from inside the room.
trying to mute.
Yeah, it's Jacer. Nothing personal. Okay, do you hear my voice echoing still? True RWB, and I appreciate the feedback. Feedback, get it? Double meaning there. Still hearing the echo? Yeah. Yeah, when he's got his microphone going, that's why it takes him longer. So I don't mind so much. Sorry about that. I guess there's not much we can do about it right now. Okay, Jacer, you can unmute. Tell me what you were going to do again there. I'll just try not to talk over you. I guess it doesn't matter. Jacer could grab a headset, it'd be good. Well, he'd probably have to get, yeah, either a headset or like one of those, is it a lavalier mic? And hook it up to his phone, assuming he can get the right connector. Jacer, you can unmute now. I think we were just talking.
better?
Let me see. I don't hear an echo of myself. Whatever you did, it worked.
All right. I ran to the car and grabbed the Bluetooth. It's only got like 40-something% left on. I didn't charge it yesterday.
Battery. Do you have like a headset for your phone, or like a little earpiece or something?
I just have the Bluetooth Skull Candy.
Oh, I like Skull Candy. Although the one I've got
So-
like earbuds they probably need to replace them. They've
Yeah,
actually lasted a long time. That's not an endorsement.
Yeah, that's
but
what I got.
kind of is. Because I go through those earbuds like nothing. Like they're always breaking on me. I'm kind of rough with them, but they've lasted the longest.
Yeah, and I try to pick up a couple pairs every time they're on sale at like Walgreens for like 16, 18 bucks instead of spending the 20.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever
I,
works.
I cut one up with the lawnmower already, so.
At least that's all you cut up with the lawnmower, besides the grass.
Oh, I've got that. I've cut the straps off of backpacks and everything else when they come under the riders.
Yikes.
It's just, whatever goes under there is gone, pretty much.
Ribby says Arctic Nova Pro, bro. Swappable battery, never run out. See, we got to get into this endorsement thing because we're mentioning all these products. Well, hey, I read reviews. I look at recommendations from people I trust. That's what I do. Just because somebody tells you on a stream that you need to try something doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. They might have an ulterior motive, but I trust you guys. Okay. All right. So what were we doing here?
The halberdier
Losing the plot. Okay.
is gonna what's to the left of him?
Oh, in the room? I wasn't gonna blindly have you run into traps, but there's a pit trap, 2 dangerous squares, another pit trap, a secret door, 3 squares
All right.
left.
Oh, but you can run right through them. So every time me going around the traps is gonna let you catch me, huh?
Yeah, monsters
All
are
right.
not.
So
They're not caltrops.
yeah. So 3 to the left, 2. So I'm just gonna make it out the other door into the hallway. Oh, you moved your guy back, so you can't. All right. I'm good then. I thought I was gonna lose a bunch of ground because you were gonna be able to run straight across the room, and I had to go around the traps.
They're really expensive. Tree fitty. Dang. Yeah.
So yeah, 3 to the left, 2 down, and then 1 more to the left. So he's outside that gray room.
Okay, so you are moving out there. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you moved back, but yeah, I thought I was gonna get attacked on my next turn. I lucked out there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I sometimes you just gotta know your limitations. So I won't buy the absolute cheapest stuff that I know is gonna just like break in my hands or if like drop it on the floor. But I'm not gonna buy the super expensive ones either. I mean, I have a hot glue gun for a reason. Like I've hot glued like headsets back together.
Yeah. And then when you're done, reinforce it with some duct tape.
There you go.
Or you do some electrical tape underneath it, real tight, so it kind of like shrinks, but then put the duct tape over top of it so the electrical tape doesn't unravel and get real sticky.
I've done both. I've done all those things.
Yes. Yep.
As long as the audio quality
it's
is
almost like a
affected.
trifecta.
Yep. The duct tape has got to be a crafting in the alchemist deck too.
All right, so it's your monster's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna check. I always forget how many the Yeti can move. 8. Yeah, it's funny because for my proxy, I used another version of the Sasquatch, but just painted blue. So I always had to remind myself, no, they're not slow like that, like the mummy. They can actually book. Okay, the Yeti's gonna go back through the tunnel. And so will the swordsman, pushing the Yeti to the side. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pushing them all over. So all the monsters have switched back. Oh, you didn't see that any of that. The monsters have all switched back into the red room because they push each other through. So the halberdier on the left, elite swordsman in the middle, Yeti on the far right. All right. Back to the barbarian. And at this point, the knight gets back up. All right, Jacer, it's all you.
The barbarian. Lost one. He got a 6.
Okay, so 8.
No, 4 plus 2, 6.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I just assumed. Where is he going?
1, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna stand in front of the wizard.
1, 2, 3. Okay. He's just walking into the ice, so he's not trying to jump or anything.
Now he has snowshoes.
Oh, you're right. He doesn't have to. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, I think. Oh, hold on.
Is he standing on more ice?
Yeah, he is. I gotta reveal it, even though he didn't like trigger it. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Still
Oh, yeah.
obvious.
Hey, it's a little slippery. Hey, guys.
Better be careful on this one. I'm sure I have more icy squares here somewhere. Alright, we'll just replace that with it's like we're back in elementary school with the counters. I don't know if you had them in school, but we had those plastic things that were supposed to teach you how to count, like 1s and 5s and 10s and
Oh, yes. Yeah. The
bricks.
little bars.
Little Tetris things, yeah. Those little caps. And of course we would stack them up and try to make like swords out of them and try to fight, and you get like one hit and then they just go flying everywhere, and the teacher's like, okay, taking those away now. Sit in the corner.
Yep, no more.
But it was worth it. Okay. All right. So yeah, so he's safe on the ice.
And we were making catapults. We just bounced over the pencil and...
Of course. All the hijinks that kids got into.
Yep.
Somebody loses an eye. Okay. All right. So I guess that's all the barbarian's gonna do, and rogue. There's one body blow.
Rogue's gonna throw a dagger.
Okay. Who's he throwing it at? Halberdier, swordsman, or Yeti?
Halberdier.
Okay.
Yep, definitely.
Is this going to be the double?
Yes. Yes. He's gonna throw both of them at the Halberdier.
Okay, so first one misses.
First one missed.
Second one's unblockable. It's a skull. No, I missed 2.
Nope, missed again.
All right. Good try, though. All right, Alchemist. Welcome once again to HeroQuest fans. Okay. So, made the decision to go. The beginning of our.
Do I have line of sight to the Halberdier?
Yes, you do. See, again, here's a place where I differ from Hispa Zargon. Like he's between those two. I would say yes, you can reach out.
Let's see. And I like that he is that way. Like, you know what I mean? Because he tries to keep everything consistent. But for the same reason, like the heroes can kind of walk around the space and look around the corner. Like, shouldn't they both be able to move to the outside of the space and give the guy room to really see? But I get too, like, some people are even strict about line of sight casting a spell because you just have to see any part of them and you're like, yeah, that guy over there.
Right.
Versus actually aiming a crossbow where you might want that straight line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
it was so much
don't
simpler.
think about, how does the spell work?
It was so much simpler when we were
kids. Is he
kids.
lobbing a fireball or is it shooting straight?
As children, we misread the rules and we took it as like actual squares, like queens and chess. It had to be that actual diagonal or horizontal or vertical. None of this off-axis firing. As an adult playing the game, it's like realizing, oh, whoops, I guess that was how they intended it. Now all of a sudden, yeah, there's all these like scenarios. But ultimately, it's like, hey, you just ask Zargon which one it is, and that'll tell you. Nothing wrong with asking. In Space Crusade, you're supposed to roll a die to see whose point of view wins out. One way to resolve arguments. So I see over on YouTube, I must have set it for an hour later than I thought, but we're running the replay where I'm talking about the Magus Guards. But if anybody over there is wanting to check us out on Twitch, we are playing live. For another 11 minutes, anyway. Okay, so what's the Alchemist gonna do? Anything?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got one fire, and he's got sleep. Yes, he's got fire, wrath, sleep,
and swift wind, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna do sleep on the Halberdier.
Okay. All right, so you can defend or try to resist it immediately and on future turns. Let's see. And actually his mind points will matter. He's got 2 mind points, so he has 2 chances to roll a 5 or a 6.
Yep.
Or no, only a 6. It's got to be a 6. Let's roll 2d6.
Yeah, the fire is the 5 or 6.
Yeah. A 3 and a 3. So he failed. All right, he's asleep.
All right, taking a nap.
Hey, Scooters! Thanks for following.
And now he's going to attempt to jump the space that the knight is on and get out of the room.
Okay, sorry. Which character?
The wizard, the alchemist. He's going to try to jump out of the room,
Jump out of
but he
the.
failed his jump.
Okay. So he lands on the square. Now roll again. He falls down,
Same thing.
which is interesting because now he and the knight are occupying the same square. Okay. So he's falling on the slippery ice. It's funny. Okay. It's always funny when it happens to someone else, not when it happens.
Can he use an uncommon feat to try to fall out the door?
Sure, why not? Go for it. If you hit the skull, then you succeeded. If not, you just continue to fall down. Nope.
Nope.
You just kind of flails.
3 white shields in a row.
Wow. Okay. Ribby's weighted the dice once again. Just kidding.
So he goes down and does a wrestling move on the ice. He's doing the worm.
Yeah. Like Scotty
The
too
most
hotty.
useless wrestling move in the world.
It's like, boo, do it. Do it. Yeah. Yeah, I knew a kid in elementary school, going back to those memories, who would do the worm like in gym class all the time. I mean, he wouldn't do the full thing. He would just do the one flop, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't say anything. It's just like, you just never mind. It's like, hey, you can do it. You can do it. Okay. Next, elf.
Of the L. Let's see, he's going. It's one space to the left, I guess.
Let's just jump to the left. Yeah, Scooter's followed us. I appreciate that.
Can I use the knight to try an uncommon move, uncommon feat to push to get that wizard out of the way?
Where are you trying to toss him? Out the door?
I'm still trying to push him out the damn door.
Okay, I'll let you do an uncommon feat to see if it succeeds. If it works, then you tossed him out of the room. Roll your 1 die.
All right, go knight, go.
Fail.
Nope.
So you tried to lift him,
Wizard's
and he just
stubborn.
kind of like twirling around on the ice, not really going any particular direction. Okay, all right. Is he gonna do anything else on his turn? Okay, we got 5-minute warning. Just, I know since we're getting to the end here, I do want to just kind of say ahead of time. Oh, go ahead.
Everybody's got a potion of healing, so no, he's gonna stay where he's at. The halberdier is gonna move 6 spaces back towards the ice tunnel.
Okay. I'm just thinking of our schedule here. So we've got the 4th of July coming up, so I'm going to be probably out a few days there, so there won't be any Tuesday stream, despite us talking about it. But there's a possibility I'll be back Thursday. Depending on what Strange Bus is doing, we might try to do a rant cast and our play test like normal. And then there's a possibility, if I'm back, if people are wanting to, we could try to do a Friday. Would you be interested in something like that, maybe? Or if you're busy, I understand. If nobody shows up, we can just cancel.
I honestly I don't know yet because I have off on the 4th of July, so I don't know if they're gonna push overtime. And because I know a lot of people took off this next week or a couple days
Yeah.
this next week, and I didn't take off any extra time.
Okay.
So
Well,
I might be filling in and doing overtime. So I'm not
Oh.
sure.
or money for fireworks next year. Well, the thing is, like, yeah, I understand that too. So it's like, just because I'm here doesn't mean, I mean, be with your family, work, whatever you got to do. I'm just thinking if people happen to be around and want
Yeah.
to, we
I,
could make a little bit
I
more
wish.
progress.
Yeah,
on this.
I kind of wish I did, but
Yeah. Yeah, don't get fired on our account.
oh no, I got time, but I don't have any sick time or personal times.
Oh, got it.
So I'd have to put in for vacation, which I'd have to wait for them to approve. So
I know.
they could deny it.
Exactly. I'm in the same boat. I saw a guy.
Yeah, they can't question. They can't question me on personal time, and they can't question me when it comes to sick time. So I don't want to take advantage of them
Zargon time.
either. You know, by saying I need this. You know, if it was an emergency, I'd do it, but I don't want to push the issue if it's not an emergency.
Okay. Well, let's just think about, I mean, just our usual Saturday game then. And then next week we'll see what happens. I'd like to kind of finish up the Frozen Horror if it's possible, of course, because anything can happen. Either the 15th or the 22nd, but it all depends on how things go. But we'll do it when we do it. It'll be great. But yeah, we're about
If I do
halfway
overtime,
through
it
our
would
playtest.
be an extra 2 hours max because we're not going to be working out there in the dark. So it ain't too bad, but it would be like what is it? About seven your time. So it isn't too bad. With 7:15, I'd be getting home. So it'd be later if I did work overtime.
Yeah, and in the past when I've done Fridays, I've tended to do like a little earlier in the afternoon instead of like this time. But sorry, I think
Yeah, I think I used a couple hours of my vacation time on that already earlier on.
Well, thank
to
you
do the Space Crusade.
Thank you for thinking.
I was taking 2 hours.
That was a blast. Yeah, literally. Yeah, well, we'll have to think about that in the future. Anyway, sorry, did you say the Halberdier?
And a couple of times I started. Oh yeah, he's going to go back towards the ice tunnel, around the traps.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or let's see, 1. Yeah, that'd be the safest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's back where he was. Sorry, I didn't mean to take up so much time there. Actually, I think this is a good place to stop for tonight because we've got like 1 minute to go to end on schedule, and unfortunately, PSK is not back. But I really appreciate the kind words he had for us. He's a really cool guy. Check him out on Twitch. Twitch.tv/
Yep, and on the Discord, especially if you're into painting.
Yeah, for sure. Does he have his own Discord too?
Yes.
If he does, I need to rejoin.
He does. The Discord he's in is full of painters, so it's not just him. It's
okay.
A ton of people. It's the
You get lost in all
mental health charity.
Oh yeah, that's a cool.
Mental health charity painters.
Yeah, and I've seen some of the people he's had on his stream. It's pretty cool, pretty good cause. But yeah, it's MHCP_Knuckle KNUCKELHEAD. PSK number.
And this is the Discord.
Okay, you're gonna throw that in the chat.
I'm trying. Yes. Oh no, it says link deleted.
Censored. Go ahead.
I'll throw it on the Discord.
Because I think I'm able to post it.
Yeah, I'll throw it on the Discord so you can copy it.
Yeah, you can put it in the general too. Yeah, I don't mind if people promote their stuff. It's not spam. And of course, Jacer J22 can be found at Warbuilder J22 or Warbuilder 22J and YouTube and a few other places. A lot of cool creations. Ah, there it is. Okay, let me see if I can copy paste. This is PSK's the Discord that he.
It should let you copy media link or
Yep,
copy link.
Yeah, I learned so much from those painters like him. It's like him, Wicked Mini Paintings, Gareth Rydmar, and a couple other people that I'm forgetting.
Yeah, they're good. Black Magic Craft has some good craft ideas.
Yeah, he does. I
He
haven't
put
watched
out
his
a lot
YouTube
of-
in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, I catch that one sporadic. Goobertown Hobbies is another one that does like some stuff. I think there's like an eBay rescue.
Oh, is it Squidgmar? Who's the European guy?
Yes, yeah. He does some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Him and then there's I guess there's a ton of people. Sam Lenz is another good one, especially like when you're just watching them like paint. It's like crazy how it starts looking one way and then all of a sudden it starts looking another way and it just looks so cool. It's almost like a very like emotional paint jobs the way that it gets in there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I always think what it would be like if Bob Ross.
And PSK is good to watch too because he like brings the model to life at the end. Like you see him doing a lot of work, and then like the next thing you know, he like 3 or 4 strokes of his brush, it completely changes, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of those guys, they do use more expensive stuff than I'm willing to fork over for, but I do appreciate it. And I've asked them questions and they've given me good feedback and like, oh, you could try this or you could try this, you know, because I'm still learning.
Another one that's good is Ninjon.
Ninjon. Not sure if I've ever seen him or not. I mean, some of these people, like, you don't see them, you just hear their voice and see their hands painting, but other ones are real personalities.
He's usually pretty funny with different stuff, and throws like a skit in there sometimes, and it's usually pretty good, and just tackles like one thing or another thing. Sometimes I think he's done a slap chop one already. He's done a couple different ones. He just does a lot of testing with different paints and tries different things. I think he's even got one where he did craft paints as well.
Nice. Yeah, I always like the craft paint ones because I'm like, hey, you're talking to me now. You're talking my language. So Black Magic Craft.
Another one is
Tabletop Witchcraft. Zorba.
Zitterella, something like that.
Yeah.
He's got a whole thing for
Layla Maeve and the
for hacks, like
Gamer Geek.
Or cheats, or I think is it hobby cheating or something, and he gives you a whole bunch of shortcuts for like he's got hundreds of videos, so you could literally just look up what you want to do. You want to hack for near or non-metallic metal, he's probably got it. If you want to hack for doing a whole bunch of models real fast, he's probably got it.
Yeah.
Like he'll do a whole thing like 20 minutes or something just on worn leather. Like here you go.
Yeah.
You want to do this? This is a quick way to do it.
Some of those guys and gals, it's just, they're making instructional videos and showing off their skills. A lot of the people on Twitch, though, is just somebody painting live, and I'm like kind of listening in the background while I'm painting. Like a lot of people do that, so it's like an infinite regress. Like they're watching somebody else painting something who's watching somebody else painting something, and nobody's really paying attention. Just like, hey, just some small talk in between while you're working on it, or oh, here's what I got so far, or hey, I have a quick question for you, blah blah blah. It's interactive as opposed to Yeah, Fubar says, yes, those are all YouTube mini painters and or scenery makers. If you watch one, you'll stumble over others. Very true. So Dana Howell, Layla May, The Gamer Geek, Tabletop Witchcraft, Zorbazorb, Goobertown, Hobbies, Black Magic Craft. There's a ton. Yeah, I've heard of some of those, and some of them I probably have seen. I just don't remember, because I looked up just for a specific thing. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for the game. We got to close. We're over time. Thank you, everyone. And definitely check out the Mental Health Charity Painters on Twitch, courtesy of Jacer reporting what PSK Knucklehead was telling us about. So unfortunately, he is not back yet. He must be just getting home probably. So no problem, but I really appreciate that he stopped in and shared with us.
And all the heroes are still alive.
Still alive, old friend.
And it's the monster's turn.
Yep.
So it ends on a cliffhanger.
So Zargon's turn next time. Good game tonight. Happy 4th to the other U.S.-based folks. Yeah. Even if you're British. It's like, listen. There's been a lot of history since then, so it's all good. So be safe with your fireworks or whatever. Don't drink and drive. All right, everybody. Thanks, and I guess we should just do our customary thing where we check and see if there's somebody we can raid at the moment. So Glasgow Gargoyle went offline. I never saw him, but he's certainly welcome. I mean, anybody's welcome. You can keep up. I'm not seeing anybody from our friends list.
Yeah, I don't.
It's kind of late at night for a lot of these folks.
Yeah, I don't have anybody either.
I mean, the popular
Figure-
channels always give us stuff. So like the Angry Joe show is doing Warhammer. I mean, I don't think he needs my raid, but I mean, just to do it. Someone's doing Halo Infinite.
I do watch Average Joe on Twitch. Average Joe's Tabletop,
That
but
sounds
he's not on right now.
Yeah.
But
El Funko
Yeah,
is playing
you-
Warhammer. There's like a lot of Warhammer players actually that I get recommended. There's someone called Playing Board Games. Let's try rating Playing Board Games. That's a smaller channel. So, all right, everybody, thanks. Good game, and the Frozen Horror remains unconquered. All right, thanks. I'll stop the stream now. Have a good night.